Hello, I'm Nicole C. Ayers, and I'm here with a video love note today for the blog. I want to talk to you about what I do when I catch myself having one of those Nastygram spirals where I'm beating my body up. And I'm going to tell you about the last time I hurt my knees to give you an example of exactly what it looks like in my life. I say the last time I hurt my knees because I have had multiple accidents where my knees were injured, and I've had 4 knee surgeries. All kind of fluky, random stuff happens sorts of accidents. That's a story for another day. Just know that that's my history. And so at the end of the summer, my husband and I decided to take our daughters ziplining. We've been looking for a lot of outdoor activities since we can't gather inside and with groups. And we headed up to the mountains and found this great ziplining company that allowed us to social distance and wear our masks and also have some fun outside. And there was a great waterfall hike very close to where we were going to zip line. And so we decided we would do the hike and then do the zip lining. And it was a fun hike. It was short, but it was also technical. And I'm not a super technical hiker. In fact, I usually don't call myself a hiker. I say I'm a walker or a stroller. But I did this hike and it was fun, but I could tell I was a little tired. My legs were tired, my knees were tired. So we go to the zip line and we get started, and on like the third zip line, I zipped to the platform, and the way we landed was on this like really tall, like 2.5 foot or higher ladder, and then you have to get down from the ladder. And I jumped off the ladder, and because my knees were already tired from the hike, it just really tweaked something in both of my knees, but particularly in my right one. And I just, oh man, like that's a familiar pain that I am so tired of feeling. And I was like, oh. And so the stories started in my head. That bully showed up in my head that wants to tell me I'm wrong, I'm not okay, just like I am, that my knees are bad, that I am bad, that everything sucks, and I can't do fun, adventurous things, and I hold everybody back and slow them down. Like I was really, so just tearing myself down, and I was in a lot of pain, and I was near tears, and I was, with my family stuck in the trees, and there really wasn't any way out except to keep zipping. I was like, what do I do? And for a little while, I just was in misery. I just continued the zip, and I continued to be in pain, and I continued to say super nasty things to myself. But finally, after a little while, the wiser me was like, oh, I'm doing it right now. I'm doing that thing where I beat myself up for how my knees are performing. And as soon as I became aware of that, and that awareness has taken lots of practice for me, but I was like, oh, I'm doing it. And I just took a breath. And once I took that breath and I accepted that, oh, I was beating myself up, I stopped. And then I was like, okay, well, what can I do? Because I was still in pain and I was still upset, but I didn't want to add to it by punishing myself with this really mean dialogue. So I literally put my hands on my knees and I just took a few breaths, and then I was like, what do I need right now? What do my knees need right now? And I was like, okay, I need to go slower. I need to move slow. I need to ask for help getting up and down this ladder. And that was in the immediate, these are the things that I can do. And every moment that I can, and there's a place available, I need to sit down. And so that's what I did. I asked for help on the ladder. I sat when I could, and I moved slowly as I could when we were walking between the zips and things like that. And even after we were able to get back to our vehicle, I got my husband to stop at the first store we saw, and I got myself some ibuprofen because I needed some pain relief. So I took care of those immediate needs. And the other thing I did, which again has taken me a while to get to and has taken a lot of practice, but I started talking to my niece. And again, this was happening in my head. No one else was privy to this conversation. But I just started saying, hey, niece, it's okay that you got hurt. I'm feeling a little sad and angry about it, but I still love you. You are actually still carrying me around. You carried me on this hike. And so it's going to be okay, and I'm going to take care of you. And that's what I did. We got home. I got my comfy clothes on. I got the ice packs. I used my crutches for a couple of days, and I just took care of myself. And within a couple of days, I felt much better. And I know that listening to myself, taking care of myself in that way, made me heal faster than if I had continued to beat myself up and punish myself with not asking for help, by not stopping at the store and getting the ibuprofen and things like that. So that's sort of one of my tricks now when something's not going right and I catch myself in that Nastygram habit, whether it's with work or in a dressing room or with an injury. I just stop and take a breath and acknowledge, oh, I'm doing it again. And I want to caution you here, don't slip into beating yourself up for beating yourself up. That's an ugly little spiral that you don't need to do. But I just oh, I'm doing it again. And then I had that conversation with myself. What can I do differently? And what is it that I need right in this moment? And I listened for what that was, and then I did it. And so I hope that gives you a little insight into maybe something you can do the next time you catch that really mean bully voice going on in your head. And stay tuned to the blog. Next week, I'll be back. Take care.